Hi there, Dorgan here again. So I decided to make another video, and I decided to do it in English though. Um, Today I log in on my Asian service and on my Asian account actually, and how we can see I have a few quests to do. Win 3 games with any class is quite simple. Priest or Warlock and Hunter or Mage. I guess we will go with the Mage then today. After my last video I got a little bit feedback. To be honest, it was less than I hoped for, but it was more than I expected though. And well, the criticism was that I went too fast over the cards and didn't explain all the terms I were using, such as Control Warrior. Well, let me know in the comments if you encounter any problems with the things I say. I will try my best to explain them. So today we start with a fresh collection of cards, meaning no deck. That we take so far. Okay, how you can see, the Mage is actually like the only class I played on this account. Shaman a bit, Warrior a bit. So we have access to all the basic cards, which is excellent. And I will see how I did with the expert cards. Oh, I have a Mage rare actually, counterspell, and 3 commons. Looks like I have opened 1 pack on this account as well. I think Dorgan Infiltrator is good. No, we don't have a Mana Worm. So Dorgan Infiltrator, why is it cool? It's a 1-drop with just 1 health. 1 health isn't that good because many classes can remove it without using a card. For example, Druid, Mage, Rogue, Shaman with a 1/1 totem, and so on. But since it has stealth, it's our decision when to attack with it. And it just costs 1 mana. Loot Hoarder is somewhat the same, but it gives you a card, so it pays for itself somehow, and you can trade it with, for example, a Bloodfen Raptor or something. So a 3/2, or you can do 2 damage to something that trades then. Or since we play Mage, we can trade it even with 3, with a 3 health minion, if we need, if you use the hero ability of the Mage. So this is a good card as well. And Earthering Farseer is a 3/3, which is solid for 3 mana. And restores 3 health, with which can help with their own health pool or with minions that are not destroyed that easily then. Okay, since that's all the expert cards I have and can use, Counterspell is quite cool actually. It's an underrated card, I guess, but it's very specific, so it is easy to play. It's not that easy to play around a counterspell, since all the spells you have in your deck are somewhat useful normally, but well, it's not that useful in any kind of situation. But I think I will include it here since it's my only rare that I can use for this deck, and well, I haven't played much with it, so I'm kind of curious. So, looks like we have to look at the basic set now. And there are the, well, let's say the usual suspects of cards I will pick, I guess. I won't go over all of these cards, but I will take Arcane Missiles, 1 mana 3 damage is somewhat usable. It has a random effect though, but the cards, the situation where you play the missiles is mostly if you want to damage minions, and it has the potential to remove 3 1-health minions or so from the board for just 1 mana, which is quite usable. So we will take 2 of them. Frostbolt is a very cool spell, very flexible. 3 damage for 2 mana is solid. It freezes, so you can Frostbolt a big guy if you don't have an answer or a current answer, and use the Mage hero ability, so it takes 4 damage, can't attack the next turn, which freezing means in particular, and then it's your turn again, and you can use the hero ability to do another damage, so it can actually deal with 5 health minions as well. Arcane Intellect is cool to gain card advantage, costs mana though, but I think I'll take it here. Fireball is also a very flexible card, can be used for burst damage. If you have 2 of them, the enemy takes 12 immediate damage for 8 mana in the late game, for example, which is somewhat surprising sometimes. Or you can deal with big guys if you don't have a polymorph, which I will also add to the deck. So if you saw the last video, and if I play against a paladin and he plays Tyrian Fordring again, so this would be the right answer. For those who didn't, well, we can deal with big guys in a very effective way without them playing, for example, their Death Rattle or something. So it is a very useful card. Then Water Elemental is quite cool because of the stat distribution. 3/6 is quite good for 4 mana, and it freezes, so you can deal with big guys. You can freeze a rogue or druid, so they can't use their hero abilities in an effective way. You can freeze minions. It's all kind of cool, and it has much health, so it survives a long time. So I will add 1 Flame Strike at least. We will see how we manage the other cards. Flame Strikes are quite cool to clear the board if you lost board control, or just clear enemy minions, which is quite cool. Okay, then have a look at I think I will add oozes, which are cool against classes with weapons, obviously, and if not, it's a solid 2-drop with a 3/2 stat distribution. As you can see, it is enwrapped though with another effect, so this is quite cool. I think I should have added it to the last priest deck as well, that I played in the last video I made. So nothing too exciting here. I could add a Novice Engineer, but the Loot Hoarder does the trick somehow and has better stats. So what to take then? Maybe I will add the Raptors later on. Or maybe a Crocolisk. To be honest, I don't know at the moment exactly what the deck will look like. So I guess we will add Shattered Sun Clerics, which are cool because, well, they're weak in stat distribution. 3/2 we can get for 2 mana as well, but the +1/+1 is, especially in the early game, very useful. So imagine you have an ooze and the opponent has a Loot Hoarder. You can save the ooze, give him 1 health more, and trade it with a Loot Hoarder, and the ooze still survives. Or maybe there is a Crocolisk on the board and you have a Loot Hoarder on the board and you buff it with one attack, so it can trade with a Crocolisk and remove this from the board, and you gain one card. So Shattered Sun Cleric, the downside is that you actually have to have a minion on the board that you can buff, obviously. Okay, Yeti is always cool because of the nice stat distribution. 4/5 is quite solid. For example, you won't see any 3 mana drops that has stats of 3/4, let's say. You will only find something like the Earthen with 3/3 and an effect. So it is a very strong minion because it survives other 4 attack minions, but can kill, for example, a Gnomish Inventor, which I will also add to the deck because of the card draw, and it can deal with a lot of early game minions. The Shield Master, I guess, will also be added for the same reason I added it to the last deck, because it is quite a solid drop. It's like a Yeti, just with 1 attack less, but therefore taunt. Most other taunt creatures or minions aren't that good because of weak stat distribution. Like this guy, it isn't very threatening. You can send, for example, 2 Crocs at it, and the opponent will have 2/2 minions in that case, and your Silverback Patriarch is gone. So it slows the opponent down a bit, but it doesn't really affect the board in that way. So the Sanjin Shieldmaster is cooler. It would deal with both of the Crocs and would still survive, so that's kind of nice. So to this deck we will add a Gurubashi Berserker. It would have been cool somehow on the last priest deck, but Mage is even better because you can enrage it by yourself with your hero ability. So you can play it, and at the next turn you hit it with a Fire Blast, and it becomes a 5/6. Or you can trade it with, or you can send it at low health minions, so it enrages itself. It's quite flexible, but kind of for slow play if you want. So, okay, 28 cards. We have very low early game, and I added just one of the Berserkers. So, as in the last deck, I think we want to see at least one Border Fist Ogre. It's something like the Yeti, just 2 mana more. It's a solid big guy on the board. As you can see, the War Golem is something that is somewhat similar, but has a weaker stat distribution in terms of it costs 1 mana more, but has just 1 attack more, no health, which isn't that great of a deal. Okay, Stormwind Champion is also good. So I think we have to remove something. Let's look at the curve. Wow. Very many 4-drops. We'll need a 6-drop, which is the Ogre. So we have to remove something from the 4 slot, I guess. Yeah, which is too full, that cow. I think I'll remove the Senjin and do it like this. Huh. Do I want another Stormwind Champion? Could come in handy. Two. We have also just a few 2-drops. which isn't that great. If you play against a warrior, for example, you can't play the ooze to an empty board, or you don't want to. The loot hoarder is quite weak. The Worgen infiltrator. Okay, so we have to clear something up here because we need another 2-drop, I guess, and maybe another Stormwind champion. So I will remove the counterspell. And a gnomish inventor. So let's have a look at the 2-drops. I'll add in Crocodilus because of the 3 health, which can help us. We don't need the 3 attack of an raptor, for example, because we have the hero ability somehow. And okay, looks more like a solid play. And I guess I will remove an well, do I want to remove a berserk or no? Nothing for 5. Okay, I think the deck is solid enough to play it at rank 22 for now. So I think you also want to start here. Okay, let's go into ranked to get the Season 2 card back for my Asian account as well, somehow. And to do the daily quests. Which is funny, I think the Paladin is also missing here. Yeah, Paladin is locked. I have played against all other classes, it seems. But also the Paladin is missing here, like in the last video. But maybe we get to meet one and defeat him this time as well. No, this time it's a Druid.
I must protect the wild.
You asked for it.
Okay, these are all kind of late game cards. We have a lot of 4-drops, so I am optimistic that we will meet another one. So I'll send them all back. Ah, there's 2 2-drops. Nice. I wonder if I want to coin one of them out. Yes, definitely. Ooh, get him. I coined that out because I have another turn 2 play and even a turn 3 play. So I don't want to sit here and pass the turn and then do the plays nevertheless. Although it would also make sense to wait to coin out the water elemental at turn 3, which is also a strong play. But I want to, well, pressure, which was the right play, as it seems, because he also took he took 3 damage from the ooze already, and we have another ooze. So he doesn't seem to have the answer to our first ooze, like a Wrath, which does 3 damage. He decided to use his hero ability against it,
Protects me.
which is, well, heavy, because he will take another 3 damage now, and did 3 from his attack and is at 23 already. So, since we have another turn 4 play and a turn 5 play and 2 answers at hand, I will play the Crocodilus to make more pressure.
What to do?
He can do Argent Squire and Shapeshift again to remove the ooze. Maybe he has an answer in his hand, but he's at 20 now, so I hope we can pressure him more.
I must safeguard the land.
Okay. That's somewhat a good answer. So I'm not sure here if I want to change the plan, play the Loot Hoarder, hero ability the Argent Squire and attack it, for example. So it would be removed. I could also imagine to do something with the Keeper of the Growth, but I think I will stick to the plan and get the Water Elemental out to do more pressure, because he has no obvious way to deal with both of creatures. Actually, he has just one way to... No, he has no way to... obvious way that I can see to deal with the Water Elemental. He could attack and attack and attack, and it would have 2 health left. So he may remove the proc with both creatures, but then I can use the hero ability and somehow something other, the elemental, to remove this. So I will go for the face and check what will follow up from him. This is somewhat somehow a risky play, nevertheless. Because now he decides. The crucial thing about this is he decides what he wants to trade and what he wants to remove. Oh, this is a very strong 5-drop. So he didn't lose his minions, but I lost one. So this is the decision he was up to make, and I decided not to make this because I have a fireball, for example, to deal with the Druid of the Claw, which is a quite strong 5-drop.
What to do? What to do?
Can I do another play? So if I want to use the hero ability, I have 3 mana, which is just a Loot Hoarder. In this case, this isn't very helpful. So I'll have... so I want to remove the Druid of the Claw, so I have the choice between a Polymorph or a Fireball. Fireball would be more of a complete solution, because the Polymorph leaves 1/1 sheep at the board, which I could remove with the Elemental. But not, for example, with a hero ability. Oh, that time runs out. But since the fireball is more flexible, I will just sheep that. And I will freeze him so he can't use the hero ability, and since I got the early pressure, I want to pressure on, but you know, notice that the board seems to be in his favor, because he has 3 minions out and I have just 1. We will see if that somehow backlashes.
Pay attention, class.
Wow. Yeah, actually it does.
I am ready to learn.
So as we can see, I should have traded the turns before, and I maybe should have used the fireball the last turn. So now if you let's say have a Savage and Savage Raw with gives all his minions 2 attack, that would be... I don't want to count, but I think that would be lethal. So now I have to trade, which is, well, not that bad, but not that good either. So I think I will deal with the Violet Teacher, because it gives him more minions. For example, to play in the Savage Raw that I talked about. The 3/6 seems to be a good trade for the 3/3. And if I use the Fireball, I have 2 mana left, which is the Loot Hoarder, because I can do real damage with a with a hero ability now, so I'll stick to this. And to be honest, it seems like I played too greedy at the moment, but I hope it will turn out well, nevertheless. So now he can trade one of this 2/2 minions against my 3/3 minion, which would become a 3/1 and can be dealt with the hero ability. So he would have 5 mana, could send one of this in, would have the board control, cleared my board, and could play something for 5, for example another Druid of the Claw. But I have a real strong turn 7 play nevertheless, with the Water Elemental and the Shadowed Sun Cleric, which can buff. Okay. Wow. So now, as you can see, because I didn't trade in the past, it backlashed at me. So he has more HP than me and more minions on the board. But I think that is a moment to play the missiles to see what they hit. Wow. I hope that it would hit one minion twice or something, but now I have the option to remove one of them via the hero ability, which means I would have 4 mana left. We'll see how this ends. Since I believe I don't have any taunts in the deck left after removing the Sentient Shieldmaster, I really have to have the board control, which will be difficult, more difficult now because he has a high health minion at the board, and I think he will get a token, so another 1/1 apprentice this turn. So it doesn't look very good for me.
I am ready to learn.
Flame Strike would be nice now, but there is none. So seems like I am dead in 3/6, 2 turns. But there isn't much I can do about it now. So
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
play this and hope for the best. So the mistakes in my plays were that I were too okay. I'm dead. Were that I went at his face. Did not trade very well, so he could establish board control, could decide which minion he wanted to trade with mine, and I, well, somehow left him the game. Which is a mistake that I won't make in the future, I hope. But mistakes are there to learn from them.
Arena versus Thrall.
For Doomhammer.
You asked for
Again,
it.
no paladin. Sad. And I'll send them all back since none of them are early cards. As for example, the Crocus. So if the hand stays that status, I will pass the turn. Yes, I will. To play the Croc at turn 2 and coin out one of the 4 drops at turn 3. Depends on what he plays in the meantime. I guess it will be a Yeti, but more cards would also be very nice from the inventor. So I think the inventor it is, because it can deal with the totems, which have obviously most of the time 2 health, and I gain a card for the next turn, or for the next turns. If he plays something strong, I will have a party move. Forked Lightning would be somewhat... Okay, so he decides not to play any cards and just totem up, which is okay for me somehow. So against the Shaman you don't want to have left him the board, because he has some strong cards like Flame Tongue Totem. You could place in the middle here, so both of the totems would get attack and could trade with my minions. You also might run Heroism, which isn't a big deal now because it gives all his minions plus 3 attack for 5 mana, but if he manages to let them totem survive and play more minions, then I will be dead like in the next game, so I won't make the same mistake again and let him the board, so I will clear them up. Question is, if I want to use the hero ability, I would have 2 mana, I can play nothing for 2 mana, so I will play the Yeti. Now what are the trades I want to make here? I think I will make this way, because a strong Shaman card, for example, is Lightning Storm, which does 2-3 damage to my minions. If I leave 3 minions on the board, there's a big chance that Lightning Storm would kill both, especially if he managed to get another spell damage totem. So the Lightning Storm would deal 3 to 4 damage, which might mean that I would lose both for sure, so I decided it this way, so I would have one of them survive. Okay, now he played the Shield Master. So I think, since I don't have a great turn 5 play, I think I will just buff my Yeti, send him at the Senjin. Or do I want to do this? Yeah, because for the same reason that I...
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
I think 3 health is fine, but I'll just take the hero. I also could have used one of my spells to deal with the Senjin. I don't think there is... there's the Lightning Storm I talked about earlier. I hope that's my... That was somewhat lucky with the Yeti. Could have been killed. But, as you see, it didn't. I think here isn't right or wrong play. Whether I use the spells or... minions that I used. This, nevertheless, was a misplay from him, I guess. I wouldn't have used the Rockbiter to do 3 damage to the face. He could have cleared one of my minions. If he was afraid of the 5 damage from the Yeti, he could have used it to remove the Gnomish, or just take it for better place. Rockbiter gives a friendly character plus 3 attacks, so he could have used it on a totem in the late game or something. So I don't think that was a great play from him. Now I'm thinking if I want to remove it, the totem with the hero ability, and well, what then? I don't have a thing that I can play then. So I will take the ogre, trade this to protect my Yeti. If he has something like another lightning storm or something, my Gnomish inventor would have died anyways. And well, the decision would be up to him to trade the totem with my Yeti instead of my Gnomish. So. Okay, turn 7. I have a Flame Strike, and I think this may be a good situation. Even though I have to consider that this is a 0 ability, and this is the result from his spell, so I would just remove 1 card with my Flame Strike. But I think that's okay, because I can protect the Yeti for at least another turn. And the card advantage of him, actually he doesn't have one.
I wonder.
So I think that's the right play. Otherwise I have to send in the Yeti and he would just die. I don't think that I want this, so I will play the Flame Strike. Send both the big guys at him, and well, the board must look kinda scary to him now, so he has to do something. Actually, this was I didn't notice that, but this was the right play anyhow, because I don't need one of the minions now, because he has 9 health now, and I have 2 spells that deal, let's say, 9 damage. So he's defeated anyway. That's also something very important, to track how much damage you have in your hand, and that you can play in the next turns, and to prepare the lethal damage to him. So this was the right play with the Flame Strike, which I didn't notice because I was busy explaining my thoughts a bit. So maybe we will meet a paladin this time. To be honest, I don't think that the deck is very solid right now, because of the curve that is very mid-range,
You asked for it.
heavy in the mid-range. Talking of the 4-drops, for example, which we see here 2 of. And more of them. But we have a Dorgan Infiltrator. It comes in handy right now. Okay, this is another Shaman, not the same one.
Greetings, friend.
Hello.
So we don't have a turn 2 play, which is sad. This is what I meant. I think the deck could use more 2-drops. This is something you can figure out while playing. I think I want to remove this, another attack, so the obvious play for him is to trade the 1-1 with a 2-1. Then he has 3 mana, can play something. I have an answer at my hand with either Water Elemental or Frostbolt. So he just totems, so I think it, yeah, Water Elemental, which is a quite strong play now, to a nearly empty board. To a board that's nearly empty. But if I had a turn 2 play, I could have played something like, say, a Croc. Well, he would have traded both the Murlocs against the Croc, I guess. Well, it wasn't the... But it works quite well now, I guess.
Silvermoon shall not fall.
That's why mages are quite strong against some techniques like Divine Shield. I can ping this off, and then I can decide if I want to send the Water Elemental at it. Would leave it 3/3, but I guess I want the bot control, full bot control, so I'll first build this. Go on.
Thank you.
Depending on what he's playing now, and hacks, okay. Yeah, so I guess I will just play the Ogre. Otherwise I could have decided to use Hero ability and Shattered Sun Cleric.
You call that?
Maybe a current intellect. Turn 7, 3 minions. Flame Strike looks reasonable, especially with this one out. Could also play the missiles. If it doesn't hit the Stonecloud Totem at least once, I would be pretty screwed. I think I'll leave the big scary guy up on the board. Just hit him. So I have in my hand 12.
The gates are open.
Okay. So I could easily kill Lord of the Arena. Could also play the missiles.
I wonder.
Shattered Sun Cleric to buff the substances, but I don't think so.
Well played.
I don't want to send the Ogre at the totem, so I'll do it this way. So now I have on the board 6 damage, could do another one with a Shattered Sun Cleric, would be 7, hero ability 8, which isn't quite enough, but it costs how many mana? Okay, 3, 5, 9. Yeah, it looks reasonable.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
So I guess now he thinks that I want to send my Ogre into his War Golem, but I won't. So now this position is really strong. He agrees. There is another Fireball in here, another Arcane Missiles, another Frostbolt. Yay! 1, and 2 games with the Mage. So there would be a lot of ways to deal for damage. At least I could do a hero ability 4 turns, and he would have to do at least 30 damage for 4 turns. So as you may have noticed, I'm more the controlish type of player. So the last time I didn't get board control, I lost, obviously. There are other kind of decks, like rush decks, that aren't as concerned to trade that I am now. Oh, a lot of 2-drops. That's okay. As I was, for example, in the last game, that attacked more at the face of the opponent. But therefore you have to build a deck that is consistent about the aggro. Oh! Something like this. Huh. This was actually a misplay on his side.
I wonder.
Because if he played the Tidecaller first, he would have gained an attack and would have 2 attack. And from the other Murloc he would gain another attack, so this would be a 3-2 now. Which is quite scary at the first turn. But he didn't, so I think...
What to do? What to
well,
do?
I have to think about if I have 1 turn more to play the missiles. I think I will play the Loot Hoarder because it can deal with both of them. If he wants to trade, he can trade. But one of them will die. And I can play the missiles at the next turn. Okay. He leaves that up to me, which is cool, because I can now trade with a 2 health minion.
Hey, give me that!
Gain another card. Then play the missiles and see what they hit. So they hit both of him. And play another minion on my turn. So I traded nearly the 7 HP somehow against board control, which is with... wow. Golden. Wow. But that was a very weak play from him, because I can easily use the hero ability to remove the Magma Rager, because it has so low health. The better play of his would be to trade the Warrior or the Oracle with my Loot Hoarder, so he would have left his Tidecaller on the board, which can get very strong. But okay, he didn't want to, so I'll just trade this. I could wait for the Shaman's weapon, but I think I want to have minions on the board so I can deal with another Murlocs that are upcoming, I guess. And they are.
Do you need a blessing?
So, let's see what we can do here. Trade, hero ability, trade. Not sure about this.
I wonder.
Maybe I should leave should save the Frostbolt for bigger minions, but on the other hand he's almost out of steam because he has just 1 card left. Will draw 1. I can deal with one of them, I guess, with the hero ability, so I think I want to clear this board as well. this, so the big guys aren't helping as much in those kinds of matchup because they only can kill one of the guys per turn. And well, you can play 3 in one turn, so this is kind of useless. Since I don't have a strong play except the Ogre, which isn't that strong because of the stated reasons, I will just get 2 cards. Huh. I think I will remove one of the minions. Huh. The hero ability. Since I have a Flame Strike, I could also go just his face and remove the Divine Shield to play the Flame Strike in the next turn. How much damage would I get? It would be 1, 2, 3, 6. 15 would be okay in my opinion. As he played in the past, I guess he will go for the face and won't make good trades with my minions. This is a wonderful play. So the Flame Strike hits more targets. And yeah, he doesn't want to have board control. That's the type of deck I mentioned before. You have to have a consistent deck if you just want to go to the face, because you leave it to the opponent if you want to trade. And what the minions you lose. Now in this case you lose all of them. And he just will draw 1 card and can get 1 totem out, so I think we're kind of safe here. Oh, okay. That's a way to at least 3. I see that. So now I think I will save at least the Ooze, playing the Stormwind Champion. Leaving just the Searing Totem on the board. Which would be more scary if he had at least 1 card at his hand, but in this kind of situation he just can top deck whatever card. He has to play the Flame Strike against obviously just 1 target he can kill with it. Next turn I can use hero ability to clear this. I have to attack the taunt because I don't have a way to get rid of it otherwise. So now I have 7 mana left, which I will spend into, I guess, an Ogre, because it is the most mana efficient play, even though I could just do the Water Elemental and draw 2 more cards. To be honest, it would be more... It would be better to... wow! It would be better to play the draw cards first, because maybe I just want to play another thing for 2 mana, but I think I got him here. It's 10, 12, 14... Oh, I have lethal on the board already. So I won the game for the other crest. So I hope I was able to give you some insight in the game. Yeah, I am rank 20 now. I have the card back for the 2nd season on this account as well. You pay. Oh, new quest in the arena. Can I? I thought I would have to have all classes unlocked.
Ah, you're new here. Let me pay for your first run through the arena.
Ah.
Choose a hero.
Seems that I don't have to. Okay, maybe we will see some arena of me in the future. But for now, I thanks for your patience. and I would appreciate any kind of feedback in the comments of the video. And thank you. Bye bye.